Hi there guys, so we beat Leeds 2-1 today. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah man, we started off well, started off strong innit. Was proper dominating them. They had no inside, no chances, no nothing. Like shut them down. They had 0 shots in the first half, 0 corners even. Yeah man, red card. We dominated them. Scored the 2 goals and Ketia, he's gonna send them. Ketia's gonna relegate them. Yeah. And Ketia brought them up, he's gonna relegate them. But yeah, I think the team just got a bit lackadaisical towards the end, innit?
Complacency.
Complacent, yeah.
It was very much a case of getting out of the blocks early. As you saw for the first goal in Ketia's press. But the issue is, once you're 2-0 up, to manage the game well. In the second half, we didn't manage the game that well. A lot of sideways passing, but the movement wasn't the same. It's very static. Everyone's on their toes. If a pass is sloppy, we weren't first to the balls or the second balls.
Yeah, we were really slow.
So it gave them opportunities to break. Obviously, when you're down to 10 men, you're going to sit, you're going to be compact, and then when you get the opportunity to nick the ball, you're just going to press. So, and you're going to try and counter. So we gave, even with the corner, they won a corner from a counter attack. To concede from a corner and have 1 man extras.
The first corner we conceded from this season.
That's just not good enough though, honestly. For a man to peel off the back post and they're down to 10 men, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, generally we got over the line. Still some moments where we have to be better, we have to keep the ball better and manage the game better. There's no way fans should be sitting there nervous and they're down to 10 men. And we have 11.
That is shocking.
There's no way.
Do you think that, we're looking at the goal difference situation between us and Tottenham, we should try to get a few more
100%.
goals?
Based on the first half, if you look at that first half performance and going 2-0 up, if you look at how they went down to 10 men,
you had 6 shots in the first half.
I personally predicted at half time.
6 shots
for me,
on
we should be leaving this game with at least 3 or 4 goals.
Yeah.
For me, especially when you look at the goal difference, like you said, if it does come down to goal difference, you'll look back at a game like this. Because the next game, Newcastle away, will be difficult. You've seen their form, and then you go to Everton, who are in a difficult battle as well, but they beat Chelsea. They've got some decent results in the last few games. So if I'm being honest, this is the game where you look at it and you're going, okay, 2-0 up, 10 men, you should be really scoring more.
Stat padding.
Yeah, you should be scoring more. But ultimately, based on the collective performance, you have to take the 3 points, don't you? Of course.
For sure, at this point in the season, it's really important ahead of that big game against Tottenham.
Exactly.
So who was your man of the match today?
You know what, I think Martinelli takes it. Just because of how influential he was in the first half. I think the way he was running it, he got the assist obviously. In Ketia, you could say in Ketia, but I think his goals were just he has to take those goals, poach his goals. Yeah. For that's his job. So he needs to do that. But Martinelli, I think he was just very his energy, I think he's just driving the team. For me, he takes it.
Yeah, I think I'd either go Martinelli or Tomiyasu. I think Tomiyasu is always reliable anyway, so sometimes you won't look at it and be like, okay, he had a great game today, but he gives you consistent 7s. Yeah. You're comfortable. If we forget, he played out of position today.
Out of position, left back, yeah.
But he's very comfortable in his weaker foot, so I don't know. It's between them two for me as well.
Yeah. Okay, and now looking ahead to that game against Tottenham, your thoughts on that game? We could seal the top 4 place there if we beat them.
Yeah, that's the thing. This result means everything, the 3 points, but the goals, just scoring 2 goals, it doesn't mean much if we beat Tottenham, so it's okay. I'm worried about Tottenham. Not because I think Tottenham are great.
Good, yeah.
They're likely to drop points just as much as we are.
Just because it's North London derby.
It's the North London derby. Not that we don't turn up, but there at White Hart Lane. If this was at the Emirates, I would have told you we're getting 3 points straight away. But at White Hart Lane, we've always kind of struggled there over the last few years. I think what makes it a bit more comfortable is that we're going in there ideally probably around 3-4 points. It's a 4 points difference. So a draw for me is still a good result.
It's okay.
A win for me is an excellent result. A loss for me is still not the end of the world because it's still in our hands. My biggest fear is the Newcastle away game. That's the game I look at and I'm like.
But the North London derby is still big.
That's
very emotional.
But it's about
game.
Character, man.
Yeah, it's an emotional game. So if we come there with our heads right, if we play like we played in the first half and don't lose our heads or be complacent in that second half.
It's about discipline.
Yeah, we've got to be disciplined in that game. Discipline.
Performance just has to be disciplined.
Away from home, we need to just shut down the shop and just hit Arsenal and hit Tottenham on the I think they're going to come at us.
Yeah, you know what Tottenham are going to do.
You know what they're going to do, so we just have to
because they have to win.
Yeah, they have to win.
You know what they're going to do.
So they're going to come at us, so we need to just
manage the game.
Yeah, keep it
but that's again, today, second half, we didn't manage the game that well.
So learn from today,
we're going to be concerned.
go to that North London derby. Come on Arsenal, man.
So what's your correct score prediction?
I told you I wasn't that confident, but I have to back my team. So
Yeah, of
I'm gonna
course.
go. What am I gonna go?
3-1 Arsenal, man.
We're going 3-1.
3-1 Arsenal, man. 3-1. 3-1.
I'm gonna go.
3-1.
I'm gonna go draw.
I think.
I'm gonna go 1-1 because Spurs don't score a lot. Haven't been scoring a lot recently.
No,
They had that little patch where they scored a lot, but they haven't been scoring a lot recently. Yesterday they had to have a disciplined performance against Liverpool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that we've scored quite a few goals in the last 3 games, but again, I think we have to be a lot more disciplined.
It's a different type of game.
I still think we're going to have a lot of the ball, which is funny. I still think Tottenham, they're not going to be as brave. I think they're still going to counter, but I don't think they're going to want to have all of the ball. I'm confident with us off the ball as well as in with the ball. It's just for me, just controlling the game. If we score first at White Hart Lane, for me we have to win the game.
Score first.
Score first.
Tottenham
Score
will be on the
2,
back foot.
You shouldn't lose the game. Anytime you go away from home and score 2, like when we went to United and scored 2, even though we played poorly, I was still annoyed because you can't score 2 and lose. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, I think.
He says 1-1, I say
3-1.
3-1. Come on, Arsenal.
Okay,
Come
guys.
on.
One last thing. Mikel Arteta signed the contract extension.
Oh yeah.
Your thoughts on that?
I think they're done it like smartly. Because I think if he misses out on if he misses out on Champions League the last couple of games, to get another contract, that's going to go down bad. So.
If we're being honest, regardless of where he finishes the season, like he's comfortable.
He's comfortable. He's improved.
No one expected. Like I didn't expect Arsenal to be in this position at this point in the season.
Start the season.
So he's overachieving. Like if I'm being honest, he's overachieving. Not necessarily by the standard of the club and where the club should be, but more a case of where we have been recently. But I would say it's a boost for the players who say they believe in him, and the fans. You hear the fans singing his name. For me to believe wholeheartedly that he's not necessarily the guy, but deserves that contract. He's got to get top 4 for me. Not because I expected at the beginning of the season, but if you change my expectations, if you manage to overachieve, for me you have to get over the line.
But you know what I think?
And once you get over the line, it's a statement to everyone that I can do it.
I think it's more than that with Mateo. I think the culture that he's bringing to the club. I think
it's improved. It's a lot more positive.
It's improved. You can see the stadium, the atmosphere in the stadium. The kickoff.
It is a lot more positive. It's a young team that are fighting.
Young team, he's fighting. So I think, you know what, the contract's good. So